We need to do a little recap of our New York trip.
And New York. Please say what happened in New York.
Oh my God.
In the room.
Okay. I should be signing for my wedding venue hopefully today.
Oh my God.
And you know who's always right there and available? All reliable. Cal. Him replying to the story that I had reposted from Pretty Basic that just says, what?
Whoa. What?
I simply had forgotten to ask him if he'd come on Pretty Basic.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty Basic.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Pretty Basic. I'm your co-host, Alisha Marie.
And I'm your co-host, Remi Cruz.
And we're here all comfy in the studio.
We are. I'm loving that it's getting cold out. This morning I woke up and I really was craving soup, which I made you soup yesterday.
Remi, it's so good.
Do you love it?
Add more today.
You guys, cookingwithremi.com, my zuppa toscana recipe. I normally do a garlic bread crouton to put on top, but I didn't do it the other day because I kind of forgot, honestly. But I woke up this morning and I was like, I really want soup. And then I was like, well, shoot, I'm going to the studio. I've got a long day at the studio and then I have Pilates after. I'm not going to get home till like 9 o'clock. Like, then it's going to be too late for soup. Soup is, it's a 7 p.m. thing. You know what I mean? It's too late for dinner.
Never.
It's too late for dinner. And then I was like, wait, soup for breakfast. So I made soup this morning.
Remi, the way that I'm still, if you can probably hear, I'm still struggling with a slight little cold. And the way that I am so glad you had a craving for soup because I too had it basically for breakfast this morning.
I'm so glad to hear. I'm really mad at myself right now for not bringing you the soup that I made for breakfast.
Oh, I thought it was the same soup you
made
me for last
I made a
night.
whole new soup.
Of course you would.
Yesterday, I was in a cooking mood. I was feeling kind of anxious. And so I was like doom scrolling on my phone. And then I stopped myself and I was like, this is not good. So I got up, I made homemade zuppa toscana, I made garlic shrimp, and then I made, what else did I make? I made duck galbi, which for the first time ever, which I meant to bring you some too. I'll bring you some tomorrow. It's, you know, like the Korean rice cakes that we like so much. I formed it almost into like a meat patty. So you mix it with like ground beef and then you fry them. So the rice cakes get like sticky and like soft and the meat is like nice and crispy. I put onions inside. I made that for the first time ever. And then this morning I woke up and I was like, I want soup. So I made a dashi broth. I've been in my cooking era again lately. I kind of fell off for a little bit because we've been so busy, but I'm realizing how much peace it brings me.
I love that.
I love it so much. Do you like enoki mushrooms?
What is that?
They're the mushrooms that are like tall and skinny. I think you would love them.
Probably. I pretty much like anything.
You do. You're a good eater. And I took thinly sliced beef and I rolled the mushrooms around the beef and then I put it in the soup. It was delicious. I put like daikon radish and Napa cabbage. I'll bring you some because I made a lot.
I have so many thoughts. One, love that you have a passion for cooking and that is still your job and your hobby. And at the same time, it brings you peace. And like,
Thank you so much.
Doom scrolling. Yes, it's horrible. I'm also trying to get better at it. I've been back in my reading era after ACOTAR. Now I'm reading Throat of Glass, that series.
Ooh.
It's the same author.
Who is that? Sarah J. Maas? Okay.
And so been trying to also doom scroll less.
Yeah.
The other day I texted Remi and I was like, hey, I would love a Korean soup recommendation.
Yes.
The way that like I filmed a whole mukbang for her of me trying everything. I text her and go, I am so jealous you grew up with this food. Like this food, it's so flavorful. It's so good. You're like, this is like the well-known soup for when you're sick. And I was like, the way this is literally, it's so good. And then you brought me soup last night and I was just like, I don't deserve.
You know what I love? I love that I know your palate. So I knew I was so excited for you to try it because I knew you'd like it. Isn't it yummy?
Egg.
It's so good. I had her she texted me, which I was just so proud of you, like your memory. And also like, I was so excited that you wanted it. She was like, what were the cold noodles that we got in Korea? Which is, I also apologize. My Korean, like pronunciation's always really bad because I didn't learn how to speak it, but she wanted the Korean cold noodles, which it's called naengmyeon, but you said you wanted it, you were like, she was so cute. She's like, is there a spicy one? I'm like, yes. In my head, it's bibim naengmyeon because it's like spicy naengmyeon.
Okay.
And so I found, and you were like, what's a good place? So I like looked online. I was like, oh my God, I love this place. So she got that.
You're like, I thought you'd never ask.
I was so excited. And then you got a kimchi pancake.
So good.
So good. And then she wanted soup and I was like, oh my God, I know my girl loves a dumpling and she loves a rice cake. And so there's this soup called duck mandukuk, which is, that's such a bad pronunciation. I'm so sorry.
It tastes as good as that sounds.
It's duck is rice cake. Mandu is dumpling.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I'm glad you liked it.
No, I liked the soup a lot.
I think for like New Year's, I think it's the popular, I told you I I think it's for prosperity or like it means something, is the rice cake soup.
Oh my God.
So
it was
yummy.
funny because I liked the soup the best, even more than
Love the soup.
The spicy noodle was different than the one we had in K-Town. The cold noodles.
Oh, we didn't get spicy in K-Town.
We didn't. And I liked the K-Town ones better. I like that like sweet
I don't like
flavor.
the spice one.
Like it was good, but the soup, oh my God, it's gone if you were wondering. But
well, I'm glad I can make it for you.
guys, see, this is what I mean. In all the vlogs, they're like, Alisha just sits there and Remi like cooks for her. And I'm like, she wants to.
It's my genuine passion, everybody.
It's
I
her love
hope you
language.
know. I just scheduled in my calendar that I'm going to bake Zayn a birthday cake because I was watching the new episode of Basically Unfiltered and I forgot. It's so crazy, you guys, how we will leave the studio and forget everything we just said. I forgot that conversation we had, but we had him rank his 5 favorite desserts ever.
Smart.
And he said a buttercream cake and cookies. So I'm going to bake him a buttercream cake. I'm going to make buttercream and bake a cake, frost cake, and then put cookies on top.
Wait, cute.
Right?
That's really good. That's good.
If I have the time, I'm going to do that. But it's like genuinely my dream. Like I love surprising people.
I love it too because I get to benefit from it.
It's so fun.
Is there a passion that I have of
So
mine that you
much.
benefit from?
Yes, your love and tender support. Always.
Your tenacity and your will
Your
to
tenacity
live.
and your will to
No, I need to
live.
like think of a hobby that like fully benefits you. You know what I mean? Like the way that your cooking does for me.
You do. Your creative direction, your like fashion sense when you help me with like deciding on I'm being real.
I know, but still doesn't compare to the food. Like
No,
food,
it does. Of course it does. Of course it does. Also, you cook for me sometimes.
Speaking of new hobbies, I did my new hyperfixation of the month is, well, I've said this before on the podcast. We have to talk about it.
Yes.
I ordered a sewing machine because I want to. I've just decided, I was like, you know what? I need a hobby. I need to stop doom scrolling. Speaking of doom scrolling, I was like, I need something to do. And also like when you think about the human like existence, like we're just not meant to sit, like we're meant to like create and like do stuff and
Touch
make
grass.
things and touch grass and like use our hands. So I was like, okay, I'm literally just scrolling online a lot. I need to do that less. And then I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Like making would be cool. And I was like, I've always had a love for like upcycling clothes, but I just never have done it because I don't really know how to do a lot of things. But I found this one girl. I should shout her out.
You should look up, if it's not Kristen Juszczyk, you should look her up because she's the one, she's an NFL wife.
Oh my God.
She did like Taylor's jacket last year for Travis that went super viral. Like and now it's football season. So she makes something new for every game.
Oh my God, stop.
You should watch it. She's really talented.
Okay.
I think you'd be a
Your
kick-ass
activity.
like fashion designer, like upcycle like designer. I think that'd
I'm
be
like,
really cool.
I have so many jeans. I'm like, I want to learn how to tailor that. Like, I'm not necessarily wanting to get patterns and make full dresses or anything like that. But I'm like, I would love to be able to be like, ooh, let's like crop this jacket and make it
the
sick.
sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit. So that's my new hobby. My sewing machine does come tomorrow.
How exciting.
I'm very excited. There will be a vlog on it. And here's the thing. As we all know with hyperfixations and ADHD, you can tend to like have a new hyperfixation and then the next thing you know, you're over it and you're like, wow, well, I just bought everything I need for it. So I watched like 5 different tutorials the other night of like how to set up your sewing machine. It started coming back from home ec in middle school.
Yeah.
And I was like, the
needle.
the bobbin. The
bobbin.
And then you make it a P. Yeah. So all this stuff. So I was like, I'm excited for that. But yeah, I was like, I want to like.
You want to tailor my wedding dress for me?
No, not that, but like maybe like a robe.
I'm excited for that. I also need to learn how to sew, but also even best case scenario, you can just tailor all my pants for me.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can have a hobby that actually benefits you.
Well, I was going to say a hobby of yours that came to my mind that I am benefiting from is your social media coordination skills and your videography skills at every dress fitting that we've been to.
At first I was like, what are you talking? Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
Which we will get into in this episode because we need to do a little recap of our New York trip still.
Yeah.
Which you
And
guys.
the wedding dress shopping.
The wedding dress
that
shopping.
happened there.
And honestly, I just got a text from my manager that I believe I should be signing for my wedding venue hopefully today.
Oh my God.
Hopefully today.
Remi.
Which if
Then we're going full force.
I know, but if it doesn't work out, we'll just cut it from the episode. It never happened.
No, look at me. With that, it's not going to happen if you say that.
You're right. No. It's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen today, but it's going to happen very soon. We talked about it a little bit with Cal on the pod and which you guys, upcoming episode very soon, coming to Pretty Basic.
Please say what happened in New York.
Oh my God.
In the room.
Okay.
This is the funniest. I haven't laughed this hard Probably in months.
We were crying tears. So we were discussing having guests, and I really drilled it into Cal, like how much we appreciate him always stepping up for the pod when we just simply need a guest. And I was saying how, booking guests sometimes it can be quite laborious, like waiting for their teams and getting questions approved and things. But sometimes we want to mix it up. And you know who's always right there and available, all reliable? Cal.
And like honestly, those episodes are so good and people love them.
Yes.
And it's been a while since he's been on, so we're like, oh, we should have him on again.
He is just honestly like, and also the biggest sweetheart in the world, and it's just like so funny and silly. So, and you guys love it. So we were like, let's have Cal back on, and we started planning the idea of the episode, and we're like, oh, let's do like, let's ask the audience for questions that they want to ask men, but they're scared to ask, because Cal is like a very nice, safe space to ask him questions. There's zero toxic masculinity. I feel like he can give a good, secure man's point of view on certain things. In a straight guy, yeah. Exactly. And so, everybody was like, okay, like, do you think he'd be down? I was like, oh my God, Cal's down for anything. Like, I'll talk to him. Yeah. Don't worry about it. And then, I went home, packed my bags. We flew off to New York. We were going because our network, Dear Media, was doing a fun, like, networking event in real DM IRL. That's what it's called. Mm-hmm. And so they did like this cute little day pop-up kind of networking event. And so they flew us out there to go, and we will never say no to a trip to New York because we love New York. And so we got on the plane, we went out there, we got there a little early, and we're there, we're settled in, we're showered, we're in bed in our PJs, we just ate our Postmates. I opened up my Instagram because our wonderful producer Ryan had made a graphic of ask Cal questions, and it was so beautiful. There were all these cute little collage photos of Cal and I on there, and it was like, what are questions that you're dying to ask a man? And like I reposted it earlier in the day. I was like, so cute. I got on the plane, forgot about it on the flight, got to the hotel, finally settled in my PJs, shimmy into the sheets, and I open up Instagram and I have one DM. And it's from Cal. I open it and it's just him replying to the story that I had reposted from Pretty Basic that just says, what? I simply had forgotten to ask him if he'd come on Pretty Basic.
Literally, she starts crying. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, what? And she just shows me. And I literally was crying. We were cackling. It was giving just like girl, like bestie, like I'm not kidding. It just felt like girlhood. And realizing that, like, I was like, from Cal's POV, imagine just scrolling on Instagram and you're like watching stories and then it's like, Cal's coming
also,
on Pretty Basic.
I love that man so much. He checks Instagram to watch my stories or see my posts. Yeah. Yesterday I was like, oh my God, I posted for my Wicked dress, and he literally goes, oh, I didn't get the notification yet.
Aww.
Like, he goes on Instagram to look at me and then closes off. So I literally imagine him, I wonder what she's doing. Click. Huh? What? Clicks
no,
out.
It's like this. What? Also, he wasn't tagged, because I was like, wait, did you tag him? And you're
That's
like, no,
right.
He was just watching my story, and it's like, Cal's coming on Pretty Basic Tuesday. Ask any question. And the graphic was so professional. I can only imagine watching it from his POV.
It wasn't just like a black screen with just like a question box. It was like we had taken the time to have the conversation, have the graphic made, thought process into it, post it, I repost it, and I've completely forgot. Luckily, he is a team player, and he was so funny. We FaceTimed him, and we're crying, laughing, and he was trying so hard to be stoic, and he was like, I get to give you a hard time for this, but I could see the smile cracking through.
He was dying. I literally was like, Cal, like this was so, I just picture funny. If I was him, I'd be like, huh? Like, wait, what?
He was like, I didn't know what was going on. And then what was so funny, you guys.
And you're like, oh,
by the way, will you come on Pretty Basic?
Imagine the next slide is like, due to unforeseen circumstances.
He's sick.
For scheduling conflict.
He's so funny, you guys.
Will not be coming on.
I love that he also replied like that. Like, that's such a Cal way to respond to what? You guys know how the holiday season can get with all the shopping, gifts for family, little things for friends, presents for loved ones, and obviously a few treats for ourselves, right? I'm obsessed with finding the best deals, and that's why my family and I have been using Rakuten for years. My mom, my aunt, even I got hooked on it because it's just the best way to save money while shopping at all of our favorite stores. Like my mom and aunt legit call each other and are like, guess how much I earned back this week with their shopping? It's so funny, but honestly so real because the savings are unbelievable. Rakuten seriously makes it easy to save because you can stack holiday sales and deals on top of cash back at over 3,500 stores. And trust me, right now is the time to use it since stores are offering their highest cashback rates of the year. Some places go all the way up to 15% cash back. So here's how it works. You just shop at your favorite stores, like to name some of my faves, Sephora, Urban Outfitters, or even Best Buy. They have UGG on there. They have stores like Walmart. They have Bloomingdale's. They have Macy's. Those stores actually pay Rakuten to bring them more shoppers, and Rakuten gives you a portion of that money as cash back. It's super easy, and you can even get paid by PayPal or a physical check in the mail, which makes it even more rewarding. Rakuten is a total lifesaver when it comes to finding the best deals and coupons. They literally do the work for you, so you're not hunting around for promo codes, which we all know is so tedious and hardly ever works. So you're saving time and money, which, let's be real, we all need this time of year. Joining is free and so simple, so why not? Join the 17 million members who are already saving. Start all of your holiday shopping at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app to start saving today. Your cash back really adds up.
Let's talk about skincare for a second. You know that feeling when you discover the one, the love of your life, the product that completely changes the game. Well, I have to say, I just found mine, Drunk Elephant's C Luma Hydra Bright Serum. This serum is like sunshine in a bottle for your skin. It's a gentle 10% vitamin C formula that brightens, hydrates, improves clarity, and even helps reduce the look of blemishes. It's everything my skin needed. My skin can be super picky. I've learned a lot about it over the years, and I've always been a little more cautious when trying, using vitamin C because my skin is prone to sensitivity and redness, but this serum is perfect. It's super effective, yet really, really gentle. Even if your skin is one of the most sensitive skin types, I promise it's such a good, gentle formula. Ever since I started using it, my skin looks visibly brighter, more hydrated. Those post-blemish marks, they've been fading. They're gone, non-existent. Also, if you're wondering what makes the C Luma Hydra Bright Serum so special, it's formulated with 10% vitamin C to reduce the look of blemishes, fade hyperpigmentation, and improve skin clarity. Plus, it has a triple antioxidant brightening complex that works wonders on reducing post-breakout marks and leaving your skin luminous. It's smooth, lightweight, and absorbs beautifully without any sticky feeling. You can use it day or night, which makes it the perfect addition to your skincare routine. It's such a game changer for those of us who need a gentler approach to actives. If you've ever been hesitant about trying a vitamin C serum, trust me, this is the one to start with. So if you're ready to bring out your best, brightest skin, discover Drunk Elephant C Luma Hydra Bright Serum at Ulta Beauty stores or online at ultabeauty.com. I can't wait for you to try it and see the difference yourself.
And so after that, we got that cleared up. We were all good. We had shimmied again into bed. We're in the cool sheets. We're in our pajamas.
I forgot about
We got there. It's so funny because we were like, let's go to New York early so that we can explore the city. We took a 6 a.m. flight, meaning we had to be at the airport at 4 a.m. so that we could get there at 3 p.m. and still have the day to do things.
Yeah, especially going from the West Coast to the East Coast, you lose a whole day no matter when you travel. So we were like, well, if we go really early, we can sleep on the plane and at least we can have a few hours.
Yeah, we can go shopping, go to dinner, have a full Thursday night or whatever day we went there. I forget. We're like, let's have a full day. It's going to be so great. We get there, we get to the hotel, we're starting to unpack and everything, and we're slowly starting to get more tired. And the sun sets so early now. It's 5 p.m. It's pitch black outside.
I know the time change was forever ago, but it really messed me up.
Yeah, same. And we were like, it's fine. Let's just stay in bed tonight. And Agatha, all along the finale,
which we didn't know was 2 episodes.
We didn't know it was 2 episodes. And the finale had come on and we were really excited. And so we were like, let's just stay in, let's order food and let's watch Agatha.
Which, amazing. Ordered food. We got sushi. Amazing. And then we're looking how we can connect, or watch it on the TV, but they only had Netflix.
Yeah. Travel hack, which Cal always does this and I don't, which I really regretted not bringing it. We bring a Roku when we travel because it's just a little stick. It's obviously so tiny, but you plug it into the TV and you can watch. A lot of hotel TVs don't have streaming services. Yeah. So the fact they even had Netflix was pretty crazy. But we want Disney Plus, we want Hulu to watch Agatha.
It was a nice hotel, so I was like, dang, I thought for sure that it'd at least be Hulu, but I guess it makes it there was no cord. We didn't bring an HDMI. We're like, damn it. We're like, you know what? It's fine. We'll just watch it on the laptop. It's smaller, but that's totally fine.
Yeah.
We're so obviously it's fine. I'll watch it on my phone if I have to. So Rem's like, she puts the laptop down and she's like, it's way too low just being on the bed because we want it raised so we can see it, but it needs to be close. So she like goes to get her suitcase and is like, well, I don't want to put that on the bed because it's too like dirty. So then like she makes this makeshift,
I put the blanket down,
like
suitcase.
Tripod thing situation, puts the laptop on. We finally angle it the perfect. We're like, wow, absolutely amazing.
Women in STEM.
This is the best setup.
Oh yes. So we're laying there, literally like imagine us we've got the small laptop on the bed at the edge of the bed. We're laying flat with our heads just propped up on the headboard, really far away, obviously. And we're watching Agatha. It's like the climax, like the best part. All of a sudden, and Cal's FaceTiming, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope everything's okay. It's kind of late. Like, I don't know what's happening. I forget about the time change. So I click accept on FaceTime. Little did I realize you obviously can see yourself on FaceTime. So literally the screen opens. Alisha and I are sitting, two little baby heads laying, staring at this laptop.
We're like, it was like was it like a queen size bed or double?
Yeah, it was a queen. It was smaller.
But you and I were close because the laptop's so small.
Yeah.
So it opens and the reflection of the laptop, like the light is just on us. And like one thing
two
about
little
us,
heads.
we look like little eggs. Like we literally we both have our glasses on, like our hair's in buns. We freshly showered, like no makeup. And Cal answers and sees this and is just like.
And the craziest part too was this time change. It was daytime. He was just calling to tell me he was walking the dogs. That's literally all he was calling to show me.
And we're like and he was like, whoa, what? Like, and then we just started dying again because we're like, how?
We
like,
looked crazy.
It was just so funny. Like, there's no way he expected that.
It was giving the grandparents and Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
No, like we looked so, and then we just started laughing so hard. I was like, oh my God, Cal thinks we're crazy.
Lots of giggles on this trip. It was amazing.
Why is it that you always laugh harder when you're laying down?
I hope he took a screenshot. I don't know if he did. I'm going to ask him. But
I know, I see it in my head.
It was so funny.
Like,
it's so true.
Like it looked staged.
It was
oh my God.
It did look staged. It looked like we got the FaceTime and we're like, get into bed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that at all. We watched Agatha. Amazing finale.
So good.
Catherine Hahn is a legend. She's amazing.
I always forget that she was in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I know. She's honestly like the best part of the movie.
You know, one of the side characters who's like the best friend or something eventually, and is like isn't really well known in like the original rom-com or whatever movie or show that they were in forever ago, and then they like become so big and it's just a cool full circle because you're like, wow, like I don't know, she was so talented.
She
even
like
then.
Always was big, just not like big, like hadn't had her moment yet.
Like
I
if
agree.
we only knew then that she would like be one of like the best Marvel.
She went on, oh my God, I've become a really big fan of Las Culturistas lately.
What's that?
Bowen Yang and his friend Matt, they do the
yes.
podcast, and they had her on, and she is so iconic. She's so funny. You should watch it.
I will. Oh my God,
she's really good. Okay, so last week we did our Wicked premiere recap, which if you guys missed that, go watch it because it was iconic. One thing I totally forgot to mention was in the midst of my feet hurting and Alisha literally like having to carry me to the theater, I'm literally like, we're going so slow. And I see this man walking in front of me, and he kind of like ran from like the street to the curb. So I was like, I wonder what that man's doing. And I was like, from the back, I was like, he looks so familiar. I wonder how I know him. And then I realized he runs up to somebody else and they're walking like swiftly in front of us, and I scream. And I didn't even say it right because I said it so fast and it is a bit of a mouthful. I went, and they were like,
no, and then she
around.
started, I'm not kidding. Suddenly she got a pep in her step. She's like, like not running, but just starts walking way quicker. And I'm like, what is happening?
I go, the Sentimental Men podcast. And they turn around and it was iconic, you guys. They literally turn around and I was like, I love your podcast.
Can I reenact it? It was more like this. You're like,
actually, I blacked out, so I don't remember. I blacked out.
It was a lower register for you too.
I just remember
so funny.
I was embarrassed that I didn't say it right, like because I was like, fuck, I like fucked up. But they were so nice, and it was so funny because Alisha, you said something where you were like, oh my God, like I didn't know about you until
I know, and I didn't mean that the way that it sounded. I was like, oh, I didn't even know about you guys.
But I will say then they were really funny because they were like, I mean, why would you? Like they were like, they're really funny about
oh my God.
it.
Another thing that came out of my mouth, I was like, why did I say it? Like I'm in it like, oh, I just found out about you guys. Well, that's the proper thing to say, not I didn't know about you. I just found out about you.
They are more niche, but I also love that they like were like funny about it.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh my God. And then Alisha was like talking to them and I was saying like, I pretty much I just said I love you the whole time.
You were like,
then
I
they were
watched
so
the
nice.
Ariana interview and it was so good. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, I told them, I'm so sorry to interject really fast. I was like, as we all know, I'm a big fan of Laura Bell Bundy, which shout out to her niece who watches my vlogs. She told her aunt, Laura Bell, that I love her. And now Laura Bell followed me and then invited me to their show tomorrow in New York. But I will not be there because we have our own show here in LA. But she was so kind. And I told them, I was like, Laura Bell is my favorite. And I listened to that episode like 50 times. And they're like, she's amazing. And I was like, just us, all of us Broadway girls talking about Broadway.
Oh my
Just
God.
Broadway things.
Didn't I say like they should have had a different name?
You did.
Oh, wow. I'm just such a hater. I don't mean to be.
Now that you know, isn't it a good name for the podcast?
It is. And also,
I bet they weren't sued for their name.
could they be though? Maybe.
No, because it's a Broadway podcast.
Oh.
They're like, they work with Broadway.
Oh, Broadway Direct.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. All to say, I saw the Sentimental Men podcast. They were so gracious and so nice and
They're really
so
nice.
sweet.
I liked how they turned around smiling. Like they were just like,
I
like,
was
it was really
so
cool.
excited. They're amazing. You guys should listen to their podcast. They basically have like all Glindas and Elphabas from the past or current, and they always ask
Oh
them
my
like
God.
such good questions.
I just realized the energy that I gave,
what?
and I did not mean
To
for
them?
this. Yes.
150. Okay.
No. Thank you for that. You know when like
Thank you for
oh my God. You know when this has happened a lot to me. I know it's happened a lot to you. Like
I know it's happened a lot to you.
No. You'll know. You know when like a viewer like comes up, they're like, oh my God, you're so and so, and whoever's with them like doesn't know who you are.
Yes.
And then the person who doesn't know is like, oh, I don't know who you are. But
I
like,
hate when that
but, like,
happens.
and sometimes it can feel like they're trying to be like, oh, or like even parents will be like, sorry, I don't know who you are. And like it's I always saw it as more of a fun, like oh, I'm not online, so like I'm cool and don't know people vibe.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I just gave that energy of like, oh, I didn't know you.
No.
Yes, I did.
I think you were, because then you were talking about the Ariana episode. Like you were really, really nice.
I was like, I mean, I know it was nice because I was actually excited to see them too. Well, I was more excited to see you see them.
No, it was fine. I promise.
I know, but
'Cause
like
when that happens, I always think, I more so think the parents are one thing because parents are just parents. But when the friends, if someone comes up to us and the friend is like, oh, I don't know who you are, I think they're doing it to try and make their friend feel, they make their friend feel uncomfortable. And that makes me mad because I'm like, don't make them feel weird.
I always assumed it was them trying to like play it cool. Like, oh yeah, I'm not online. Like, I don't know who
even
you
like
are.
branching off that, I'm like, they're trying to, like they're making their friend feel like
if not wanting to be a
like
fangirl
weird
or something.
Yeah, I'm like, it's fine. Like it's so fun and exciting.
Damn.
But yes, you didn't do that at all.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about it. But
sorry to the Sentimental Man podcast. Everyone, please go listen to it. They were so sweet.
And they did an Ariana episode, but there was a lot that was like bleeped out because the movie hasn't come out yet. But the elongated version's coming out after the episode or after the movie comes out.
That I love how they went about that with just bleeping stuff and then having like the extended version.
Yeah.
And then that's the spoiler version. Instead of having to redo it twice, they can just come out with the one where it's like, I don't know. I thought that was really cool. Yeah.
Also, it was so funny because if you watch it, Ariana the whole time is just worrying about, oh, I told you how she adopted Mac Miller's dog.
Yeah.
And the whole time she's like, oh my God, sorry. I need to go I need to let him out. Now I need to let him in. Now I need to let him out. I'm like literally me in every weekly therapy session with Daisy, like hitting the doom, doom, doom outside the gate, wanting to come in, and then getting bored and wanting to leave. And then doom, doom, doom. I'm like, that's me.
No. Oh my God. Zoom life.
Zoom life. Okay, back to New York though. Sorry, we had to say that. We did go do DM IRL and we got to meet Mary Beth and Benny Drama.
Obsessed. I want them on the pod, maybe like next season or something.
They are amazing. They're so funny and so like quick-witted. It's crazy.
I wish I was an actual comedian because I feel even like Hannah Berner or like they're just so quick and they're so good on podcasts and even like the live they're just so quick with certain things. Could not be us.
It's so like embarrassing, honestly, sometimes when I'm like, I can't keep up. I can't.
Or it's just like, damn, I wish I was that.
Wit is something that I just don't have. And I think you have to have it to be a comedian.
Especially to a live us doing live shows, but it's different. But like a live stand-up would be my worst nightmare.
I think also like, obviously having like your own bits is already hard enough, but crowd work is what gives me anxiety.
Dare I say, this might be a hot take. Is stand-up comedy like more vulnerable that, you know how singing is so vulnerable?
Yeah.
Because it's like your voice, But I kind of feel like stand up, you know what I mean? Like if you're playing an instrument and you play it bad, it's embarrassing. However, it's like the instrument, but like when it's your voice and it's bad, it's like a different level of like, oh, like embarrassment.
Yes.
Then I think stand-up comedy might go over that because obviously if you're good, it's fine. But like
if you're doing like a Netflix special, you're obviously at a certain level.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so honest. I, as an empath, like feel things really big. And I like really struggle with comedy shows because if someone's up there, and that's also why I really struggle with like American Idol auditions, like auditions on TV, because like when they cast those people just for people to laugh at, like I can't, it physically pains me. And same with like these live comedy shows, because when people aren't laughing, like I think I've talked about this before, like I feel physical pain for them, like that their dreams aren't happening, and it makes me really sad for them.
You didn't see Baby Reindeer,
No,
right?
I didn't.
Very like heavy show.
Yeah.
It was amazing though, but he is a stand-up comic. That's not a spoiler. And it's like in the beginning he's really bad and no one's laughing and stuff. You would hate it. But like the way I was like I feel like I'd rather sing off key to a group of strangers than like do a bad bit and no one laughs.
I absolutely agree with that.
I'd rather be like, oh, sorry, hit that wrong. No, you know what I mean?
Maybe we're just having an off day.
Yeah, like, I'm sick.
But also,
like a joke and no one laughs.
But I will say, like, it is growing pains. Like, you do have to start somewhere. It's just, I would rather not be in the audience.
But like, to me, singing has always felt like the most vulnerable thing, because it's like, if you have a bad voice, you have a bad voice, but it's still a muscle. You can still learn and train yourself, and you can still learn to become a good comic. However, I like, and it's not even about performing in front of people. I think just like a joke that doesn't land.
You know what I'm thinking about
every
right
week
now?
on this podcast.
Same. me on every podcast. Slam poetry.
No.
Cynthia. Jesus died for our Cynthias. I just watched that yesterday. I watched 21 and 22 in the past couple days.
Do you like 21 or 22 better?
21.
Really? I think I like 22 better.
Really? I have to say that the girl that played the roommate, or like the dealer, was so funny.
It's so
but
good.
Cal was saying we started watching, and he was like, there needs to be a study on her, because like she in so much stuff at that time, and like played the same character, and then all of a sudden just like disappeared. I looked her up, and she's not doing as much.
That also happened with the like hot mean girl who was in Cinderella Story. She was also the hot mean girl in
I'm thinking of Megan Fox, but I know it's
she's
not Megan
blonde.
Fox.
It was interesting how back then, they would take like one character and do the same exact role in another movie.
Julie Gonzalo, yes.
Didn't know her name, but yes.
Yes.
Like, it's so funny.
Oh my God, I forgot about her.
Like, now I feel like people would purposely not do that.
I forgot about her. What else was she in? You said
Freaky Friday and Cinderella Story.
Freaky Friday. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she's like, she's copying my test.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, once you get typecast though, then it's hard.
Yeah. Not Catherine Hahn.
Not Catherine Hahn. Full circle.
Full circle.
Hi guys. Okay, we're going to take a quick little pause in the episode to talk to you about our sponsor today, which is Rakuten.
It seriously is the smartest way to save money, and Rakuten has proven to be the best for Black Friday and Cyber Monday shopping, which you know the lore. Rem and I, we love our Black Friday and Cyber Monday shopping hauls.
Rakuten is my go-to for saving money because you guys get cash back at over 3,500 stores. Yes, you heard me right, 3,500. If you're not just using Rakuten yet, you've got to check it out. Just go to Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app, sign up,
and you can get the holiday deals up to 15% cash back at your favorite stores with thousands of brands across every category. You can shop at stores like Clinique, Athleta, Adidas, Levi's, UGG, Bloomingdale's, Joe Malone, even Blue Apron, and get cash back every time you shop. Sign up, shop, save. It's literally too easy.
And also, best of all, you guys, it is free. Whether you're shopping for fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, or even travel, dining, or concert tickets, Rakuten has you covered. They cover literally everything that you could ever want or need.
Yes, just go to Rakuten.com, find your store, and shop like normal. They track your purchases, and boom, done. A percentage of what you spend comes back to you as cash back, and the savings really add up, especially if you're shopping online frequently like us.
Yes, Alisha. And if you guys are looking for a little hack and you're into deal hunting and couponing, Rakuten lets you stack your cash back with other discounts and coupons.
No, I love that. And I also love that the cash back isn't just some random point system either. Rakuten actually gives you real cash, no confusing point conversions. You can have it deposited directly into your PayPal account, or if you're in, a more old school, they'll even send it in a physical check. So it's literally stacks on stacks on stacks on savings.
Yes, and that's what I love most about it. It's actual real cash. It's not points that you'll never actually end up using, and it's totally free to sign up. There's no membership fees. There's no hidden charges. It's just savings. I signed up in like actually 5 minutes. It takes no time at all, and I could not believe that I was not using it sooner. Now there's no reason to not use it every single time that I shop online. It's so good. I wish that I could use it in person.
And you can actually find higher cashback rates at certain stores. That means even more money coming back to you just for doing what you already do. Shopping.
I love playing the little game of like how much money can I stack up for the month? Like, oh, I saved $20 on this shopping trip, or I got $50 back today for the purchases from this month. I feel like you're just winning every time that you shop. And you know, Alisha and I love to shop, so we are always winning.
Yeah, so if you're not using Rakuten already, you've got to check it out. Just go to Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app. Sign up. It's completely free. Start earning cash back on your favorite stores today, just in time for Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
With the holidays right around the corner, it's time to knock some things off the list, and Rakuten's Black Friday and Cyber Monday are here to save big this holiday season. So stack those holiday deals with up to 15% cash back at your favorite stores. With thousands of brands across every category, Rakuten makes saving money while shopping for everything on your list effortless. Membership is free and so easy to join. Start your holiday shopping at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app today. Your cash back really adds up. Okay, so we did the DM IRL, and then one big thing that I was really excited for in New York was, and it kind of happened perfectly, was that there was a dress that I really, really, really wanted to try on that I found. I have my main wedding dress already bought, but now everybody's doing like little party dresses after, because like you can't really dance in like a long wedding dress.
Oh yeah,
it can get
no, a reception
hard.
dress is like pretty normal.
It's like a thing. And so I needed a reception dress. I haven't found anything that I loved in LA, and I found this one online where I was like, oh my God, I think I would love that. And I tried to track it down in LA, and there's not a single one in LA to try on. And I'm obviously not going to buy a dress without trying it on. And so I was able to track one down in New
where
York.
was it?
In New York.
In New York.
In New York. And
Me
so,
singing off key, saying how it's so vulnerable. It's okay, I'm sick.
But you did it with confidence too, girl. You
You're
can't
right.
shake the
and
confidence.
you know what? We could edit it out if I wanted to.
we should not.
No, we're not gonna, but I could. So then knowing that, it makes it easier.
You're right. You're right. It's like when we have a guest on, it's like, you
can cut
You
that.
can cut that.
You sure you don't want to cut that?
Us to everything we say every week.
We can.
You don't want to cut that? Okay, so then, yes, it happened to be in New York. And I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. So we made an appointment, and we went to this beautiful bridal store in New York called Bridal Reflections.
They were very sweet there.
Shout out to Jade. She was so nice.
The dresses also were stunning.
And I got to try it on. And there was another dress that I really, really loved that I saw online. And I'm so glad that I tried it on, because it did not look good on me. But I got to find that out in real time. And we got to have like a fun little, the LA experiences have been so much fun, but there's something special about going dress shopping in New York. Like, it's very say yes to the dress coded.
It also it just took us out of our comfort zone. And I feel like you've done so many in LA. So if you were to do another one, it would just feel, I don't know. It was extra special because we were there and knowing it was like the only one. So it was like, oh, you found it. What was the chance there was even going to be one for you to find? And then it happened to be there, and we were going to New York already.
Yes. And we were getting close, like even though I don't have a venue, like the date is coming very quickly, to the point where the girl was like, hey, if you like want this dress, you literally like have to sign for it today for it to be ready.
I've learned so much just from going through this journey with you. Like, I did not know timelines. I didn't know, like, I feel even like what it's like to go to a dress fitting.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've learned a lot.
There's a lot of stuff that I feel like people don't talk about. You are supposed to find your dress 10 to 12 months out from your wedding. Anything under that is like really, like, anytime you go, they're like, when's your date? And like, I mean, I haven't known my date, to be honest, every time I've gone, but I've been like, I'm looking around like this area, and they're like, ooh, it's getting close. Like, ooh, it's getting close. And so it's stressful.
Do they, dumb question, do they make every single dress like custom?
Not a dumb question. I think it depends where you go. I assume so, though.
Because
I think so.
The way that they really only have like a few sizes. I guess also the worst thing to be stuck with is like they're worth so much, so they obviously aren't producing them like crazy, you know?
From what I'm picking up, I don't know the answer, but from the vibe that I'm getting, because they do, when you do you'll try the dresses on. If you say yes to one of the dresses, then they'll do your measurements. And for the first time ever, I had a bridal shop measure my waist, and then was like, breathe now. Because every other shot, which I'm kind of nervous for my other dress, because I'm like, they didn't do that. She was like, oh, it's so important. You have to be able to breathe. Me on the wicked carpet.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Flats and water, girl.
Flats
you gotta
and
have
water.
them right.
Flats, water, breathe.
Flats, water, breathe. And I was like, wait, that's actually such a good point. Like, you need to be able to breathe in these corsets.
And that's why in Bridgerton, they're all like they breathe with their boobs because it's the only place it can go. Yes. I used to think I was like, why are they all like sorry. like it's such a weird, I always was like, they're just being dramatic. And I'm like, no, that's the only way you can breathe.
I saw, and I talked to you about this already. I saw Cynthia Erivo did an interview talking about how she obviously needed to be like, thrust up into the sky to do defying gravity and was in like a harness, but she needs to also be able to sing with the harness. So they were trying to figure out where to put it where she could like have maximum amount of oxygen while also still being supported and harnessed properly.
And again, if I couldn't hit that note, I'd be like, it's the fucking harness.
Yeah.
Like, fix the damn harness.
I'd be like, John, just throw in like the war cry. We'll do that in the studio. Insane. And so we got the dress. It was so much fun. And then we went to Wicked, right? Like, it was literally the most perfect day, you guys. We woke up, we had pasta, homemade pasta.
That was we went to Sarah in Chelsea Market.
So
Serra.
In Italy.
In Italy. Highly, highly, highly recommend.
It was incredible. Fresh pasta. And then we went to the wedding dress shopping. And then after that, we pretty much had like 30 minutes, an hour or so till we had tickets to go see Wicked, which this was the first time Alisha and I were seeing the show, the musical, together. When Ollie and I saw it last year, we saw the understudy for Elphaba, who is now the permanent Elphaba for the year. And I was so excited for you to see her because she was like my favorite that I've ever seen before. Her name's Mary-Kate Morrissey. And I was really excited. And then we did get the understudy of the night, which is totally fine. And she was still amazing.
She was really good.
She was amazing. And we got to see the new Glinda that they had for the year. And I kind of knew, but I was always like, oh, they only contract these people for a year. Like, that feels kind of short. But then when you think about it, 8 shows a week. And we know now that the stage is raked, which means that it is at a bit of a slant. It's a toll. It takes tolls on the body.
I didn't know that. And then when we were watching it, there was like this ballet dancer right in front of me. And then when I realized it slanted, I'm like, to do ballet alone on like I can't imagine, let alone on a tilted stage.
Yes.
And expected to still like you have to compensate.
Oh, it's the core strength to keep yourself from like not slipping must be insane.
Or like, yeah, no, that's insane. Crazy.
And so we watched the show. It was fantastic. Shout out to the Fiero. Fantastic.
So hot.
And so we were like having the best time. I'm gonna be so honest. We were drunk. We had just had, we had champagne at the wedding. We were celebrating. We had champagne at the wedding dress things. We had about an hour in between. So we went and got a couple espresso martinis. Then we got to the show and then we got a couple more drinks. We were
slightly late. So we had to wait to go into after the first number so we can go and get our seats. But they're like, hey, it's going to be like 15 minutes. We were like, dang. So there's a TV we can watch. And they're like, there's a bar. And we're like, oh,
there's
everything
the bar.
Happens for a reason.
And so we got a drink. And then the sweet bartender was like, hey, do you want to order drinks right now for I was going to call it halftime. Intermission. I can have them ready for you. And we were like, sure, why not?
I wonder how much, that's such a good strategy.
Really smart. Mm-hmm. He was so sweet. And so we got our drinks at intermission. And then by this time, I am going to be so honest. I was very, very, very drunk. But of course, I kept my composure during the show. I didn't sing. Don't you worry.
I know. And we were in the second row.
And then the show finishes, they do their curtain call, their bows, and then all of a sudden the Glinda grabs the mic and says, hi everybody, just wanted to say we're actually doing like a charity event tonight, and so there's going to be like a silent auction, and so if you're interested in any of these things, and my ears perked up because if you know me, I love an auction.
Love a raffle.
Love an auction. And for a good cause, you kidding me? And so she starts like naming off the auction items. There's like a signed Christmas ornament. There's a signed poster. And I'm thinking like, all right, I'll bid on all those. And then she goes, and there is an option, very select few, to go backstage at Wicked. And our Dr. Dillamond of the night will give you a tour backstage. And I was ready.
And they casually mentioned that it also is the original Dr. Dillamond.
They didn't tell us that till we met him backstage.
Oh, I thought they said it on stage.
He told us that backstage.
Just kidding.
Actually, he didn't. The other guy told us because Dr. Dillamond, Bill was too demure.
Our good friend Bill.
He was so humble.
Our good friend.
And so we go find the list, and I'm actually really happy that we did it because obviously, A, it just to support the charity was great, but also B, and B, we got to go backstage. But C, when we walk up, I had a hard time trying to find the people, where to put our names down. And so as I walked up, like it's pretty much cleared out now. I was like, hi, excuse me, do you know where we can put our names down or put our names into the raffle for the backstage tour? And they were like, oh, I'm so glad you came. We're actually about to close it. There were only 2 people on the list and they had, I think, like 8 slots. And so had we not, it would have just been the 2 people. We did. And so because we had a pretty big group, and so it actually worked out perfectly. It was this guy, and it looked like maybe his daughter or his niece, and then the 5 of us. So I'm so happy we did, because he was so sweet, you guys. We go backstage, we meet Dr. Dillman. His name is Bill. We're told that he is the original Dr. Dillman from the original first shows of Wicked with Adina and Kristen,
and he's still doing it.
And he was so cute and so sweet. I think I'm assuming, I think he took like time off and came back. That was kind of the vibe I was getting.
It was so cool too, because he was saying when he first auditioned for things, like people were like, oh, your voice isn't strong enough yet, or like whatever, and he like never gave up and he kept doing it.
He was
and then
so cute.
I was just like, wow, again, I'm tipsy, so I just kept being like, thank you so much for like sharing your talent with the world.
And
he was like,
sweet.
Thank you, that means so much.
He was he was so cute, you guys. And again, like after meeting him, I'm like, thank God we signed up, because my heart would have been broken had I known that Bill only did that for 2 people.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have known. Well, you could have, never mind. You could have known if we didn't do it.
My heart would have known. And so we went backstage. We got to see like the stairs and we got to stand on the stage. And you guys,
stage.
It's actually crazy. Like it's only, and so we found out that raked stages are no longer allowed anymore because of how like taxing they are on the body. And I'm assuming dangerous as well. It was like, you can't tell when you're like watching. I will say it definitely like allows for people like in the audience to see the stage better, but the slight slant of the stage feels insane on the body.
Yeah, like especially if you already have, and most dancers have like a bad knee or like you know what I mean? Like they've gone through, like I could never imagine.
I was in my platform Uggs, I almost broke an ankle. Like it was that crazy. Yeah. And so the fact that they're doing that 8 times a week is insane. And then while we're there standing around learning from Bill, all of a sudden this little girl walks by and I'm like, she's giving a tour as well. And I'm like, oh, that's the Glinda.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God, hi. And then we met the Elphaba, and then we met Vanessa Rose.
And it was funny because every actor was like, oh, hi. Are you here for the backstage tour? I was like, oh my God, this is so corny. I love it.
I loved it.
It was so funny.
Like, it healed something for me. Yeah. And like to do it with you was just like so magical. Can we talk about
our favorite part though?
Oh my God, yes. You want to?
No. You.
Oh, okay. I will. So we are... Our tour is ending, and it was really great because Bill said, oh, I'm gonna take you guys out now. You guys can go through the side stage door. I think that's what it's called, right? Side stage door. It's like the door that leads outside, but that's where all the cast goes and all the fans stand to get their playbill signed. So I was like, stage door. I've learned it's called stage door. And so he's like, oh, let me take you in the elevator. So we all get in the elevator. It's this big elevator. It goes down. I kid you guys not. And
it felt like a rom-com.
I'm gonna be so embarrassed when he inevitably hears this. The elevator door opens and the Fiero, his name is Jordan. I've kept up with him on Instagram.
No, guys, like
gorgeous. It was a movie moment. He was like sitting on this bench that was right in front of the elevator. So when the door opened, he had his like legs spread and he had like his head like not between his knees, but he was just kind of like looking down. And I kid you guys not, when the elevator door opened, he happened to like look up and Alisha was like in front of me and I just about screamed.
Now I kept my composure. He's a married man.
Oh yes. Well, I mean, nothing was gonna happen, but we were just
no, Remi was like, do you want me to ask if you want a photo with him?
I was like, I just wanted a photo for you and
okay.
Tommy. I was like, can I take a photo, please? And
I was like, no, I'm fine.
They were like, no. He was really nice. We were like, oh my God, you're amazing.
But he was so hot, and it was just so funny because it was a slow mo movie moment. You know, those very few times in life you have those slow mo movie moments in your head. That is one of them.
Of all places that he could have been, just right smack dab in front of the elevator door that opened up in front of him, because there were like multiple doors of this elevator too.
It was the head up and then oh hey, are you here for the back? He didn't say that. He was like, oh, you're here for the tour. We were like, ah.
It was so sweet. And then we got to go out the door where all the people were waiting to get their playbill signed.
I was waving. Oh, hi. Me and my green dress.
Hi. Yes, that is me. And so we got our playbill signed by Bill and everybody else. It was really fun. It's in my memory box now, and it was just such an amazing experience. Truly.
No, it was so fun. It was so fun.
It was just really funny though, because like obviously didn't know that was happening. Again, we were drunk. So like if you watch the vlog, it went from us being like, we're going to Wicked to we're backstage at Wicked.
No, literally it looked like we're way cool. Like they invited us back.
It was getting nepotism.
We begged. We're like,
babe,
us, pick us.
Babe, we paid.
No, we paid. And then they're like, sign my playbill.
Which I just have to say, we paid, and I told Alisha, I was like, now, we're going now.
Oh, and then it worked out perfect because we were already in Times Square, and then Zayn and Heath had a billboard for their Patreon up. And they were like, oh, if you happen to like be close, can you like go find it and get photos? And then we like find it, and it was not far at all, which was crazy. Because also I feel like anytime we go to New York, we're usually not up near Times Square. Really, we're more in like Soho and stuff. So we go find that, and it took forever for their photo to come up, and it was so funny because we were just like sitting there like screaming, and then you know how there's always like people with like selling stuff, especially in very touristy places with like pins or hats or paintings or whatever. There was this guy, and he's at his table, and he just kept like staring at us because we were just sitting there for so long, and then finally we're like screaming, like, ah, and he's like, do you know them? Like he was like, oh, big fans or something. We're like, oh, they're our friends. And it was just funny because I was like, from the outside perspective, it just looked really funny.
We were giving major fangirl.
Oh yeah.
But it was really, I mean, that's exciting. That's a huge thing.
Oh
we had
my
to go
God.
support. We FaceTimed them and showed them, which is so cool to have a billboard. Maybe one day we'll have a billboard in Times Square.
Oh my God,
that'd be really
cool.
crazy.
That'd be great.
That's really cool.
We got to put it out there.
We will.
PB billboard.
It's going to be when I go do the Kelly Clarkson show, which we manifested a long time ago.
Oh my God.
We will also have a billboard for Pretty Basic.
And we're going to be like, so sorry, Kelly. We love you. We have to go to see this billboard. But please come if you want.
She'll understand.
Actually, well, I would do the opposite. I'd be like, bye, billboard. I got to go hang out with my girl, Kelly.
Kelly. I love her so much. It's gonna be an amazing trip when that does inevitably happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay, you guys know staying hydrated all day is a must for me, whether I'm working, filming, or just living life. And let's be real, I don't love when I have to think too hard about it. That's why I've been loving Gatorade's Hydration Booster. It's perfect for keeping me refreshed and energized without being too much, no matter what's on my plate for the day.
I love that it's packed with electrolytes with natural sources. Think like watermelon juice, sea salt, and other sodium and potassium salts. Like when I saw that, I was sold.
You guys know I love electrolytes. I love a little fun thing that I can add to my drink just to make it, extra delicious. And it's formulated to help you stay hydrated without overloading on sodium or sugar, which is a huge, 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 huge win in my book.
Honestly, I used to use a lot of electrolyte packets, but with the Gatorade Hydration Booster, it just feels lighter and it's got way fewer calories. There's only 30 per serving.
And compare that to other electrolyte drinks that have 45 calories, you got a difference.
That means I can drink this all day, whether I'm working, hanging with friends, or just chilling without feeling like I'm overloading on sugar. Oh, and there's no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or added colors. Just the good stuff that keeps me feeling my best no matter what the day throws at me. And you guys know how much I love something that's not only effective, but also clean. And Gatorade Hydration Booster checks all those boxes. Even just the other day, I threw one in my bag because I was gone literally all day. And it was so nice knowing that I had it. I felt so hydrated and just energized throughout the whole busy day. And by the time I came home at night, I still felt great. Like I didn't feel so drained.
So if you've got a packed schedule and need hydration that can keep up, this is it.
Put your water to work with Gatorade Hydration Booster and feel the difference. Put your water to work with Gatorade Hydration Booster.
You can use code BOOST20 on Gatorade.com to try it for yourself for 20% off.
All right, let's be so honest. Who doesn't love free stuff? Because I got an exclusive early invite for you guys to buy Optimizer's Black Friday blowout, and it's kicking off right now for the entire month of November. If you know me, you already know that I'm super picky about the products I use daily, especially when it comes to wellness and things. And Buy Optimizers have been in the daily rotation for me. Their Magnesium Breakthrough is an absolute game changer for relaxation. They have mass enzymes for digestion, and I've always been loving the Mushroom Breakthrough to give me that natural energy boost. But this is the best part. Buy Optimizers is bringing us their Black Friday mega sale all month long in November. This is not just a one-day deal. You'll get the entire month to get some incredible discounts and free gifts. We all know that Black Friday is like the Olympics of shopping, but this year I challenge you to prioritize your health. With Buy Optimizer's 365-day money-back guarantee, you can shop with total confidence. And just so you know, all of Buy Optimizer's supplements are best in class. If for any reason you're not loving it, they even offer a full refund up to a year after purchase. No questions asked, so it's totally risk-free. So whether you're stocking up for yourself or grabbing some gifts for friends, don't miss out on this Black Friday deal. Prioritize your health, grab some Buy Optimizer's goodies, and remember to use code PRETTYBASIC at checkout for some amazing discounts and up to $100 in free gifts with your purchase. You won't find a better Black Friday deal, not even on Amazon. And you guys know I love Amazon. So start your Black Friday shopping off right and head to the link in the description and use code PRETTYBASIC. Treat yourself to something good for your mind and body.
Okay, so when everybody's listening to this, we are pretty much at Thanksgiving, and it's so crazy that Thanksgiving is so late this year. I feel like it's so much later than usual, which I love, but I'm also stressed because this month is like so busy and going by so fast. And then as soon as Thanksgiving happens, it's December, which means Vlogmas. I know we talked about Vlogmas a couple episodes back. We got a little emotional with everything.
Oh, I did cry.
Touching base, in which, like, understandably so.
I think I was on my period then.
Probably. And even if not, that's okay.
You're
When
so
I was
right.
telling you though, also like it's because it's similar to me crying about my stupid shoes. It means more than just the shoes.
It's not just about
It's
the
not
shoes.
just the shoes. And like we are also,
Sorry, prime example of how a guy would think you're talking about the shoes.
yes.
Like Hal would be like, Remy, it's okay. It's just the shoe. And you're like,
Absolutely.
It's not about me, your best friend. It's not about the shoes,
it's
Remy.
not about the shoes, which I will say I saw the video of you filming us crying after Wicked.
Yeah.
I saw there was a comment on there that was like real women show emotions or like vulnerability or something, which I would just like to tell you, which I already texted you because Alisha was talking to me about it. And I was like, I look like a really big bitch in the video because I was really overwhelmed because,
didn't think so at all.
well, I was crying and I was like getting stressed because did you know the people next to me the whole movie were like having like issues the entire time? Did you pick
Next
up on
to
that though?
you?
Yeah, the two people that were next to me. They were like yelling at the girl. There was like a little girl in front of us. Like she was like in the front row.
Yeah.
She was like 7 maybe. And I tapped Alisha before because I was like, oh my God, like it's like us watching the show. Like when we were
Yeah.
little, they were like, sit down, like getting mad at her. And she kept like fidgeting. She was throwing a fit the whole time. So I was just really nervous that they were going to get mad at us about your phone. So sorry for looking like a bitch in the video.
I thought it was because the people next to me were getting ready to leave. So I thought you were like, let them leave.
There was just a lot happening, but
Yeah.
I was just nervous they were going to get mad at us the whole time.
Whatever.
But regardless, yes, real women show emotion
Real women show emotion.
and Vlogmas check-in.
Vlogmas check-in. Well, I decided, one, talking about it helped, but two, I genuinely was like, I know I can't give the 120%, but you know what I can give? Like a 50%.
And
maybe
that's
even more than that. Maybe like a
beautiful.
60%.
You know what? It can also change on the day.
Well, I decided, for everyone wondering, I haven't announced it yet, so I'm not sure if I've talked about it on my vlog channel yet, but I have decided the state of Alisha Marie's Vlogmas 2024, and instead of Vlogmas, I am indeed going to do Flopmas, and I'm not even going to have an intro, and I'm just going to vlog if I can that day, but I'm gonna aim for daily vlogs, but I might like combine some days and then I might skip some. I'm just gonna be vlogging very actively in December.
I think that's
with
amazing.
no also, because another thing that happens every single year with Vlogmas is like I get so burnt out by the end that I take 2 months off. So I'm like, it's so hard to vlog again after that for a long time. And then I'm like, well, what's the point of going crazy just to like be gone for 2 months after that? So I'm like, you know what? It's all about balance.
I think that's really, really good. Also, in the way that we talked about this, but the way that you vlog like very methodically about it, like will of course set you up to be burnt out at the end when you're like thinking strategically, like I want to vlog this and that and this and that, then that really tires you out. So I think that's really good.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. Like I feel happy about that. I feel like it's a good enough, like I feel like it would feel very weird to not do anything. And I have already started to feel a little more excited for it.
Good.
In that sense. But yeah, that's the state of Vlogmas. Are you excited?
I am not excited, but I'm also, it's one of those things where I'm like, I will deal with the feelings when I get to it.
Yeah.
On November 30th, I'll definitely be like, okay, it's time.
Yeah.
But until then, I'm just trying to get through the week.
Yeah, let's sit down and like think of things we want to do, or like also things that we haven't done before, just to like keep it fresh.
Vlogmas bucket list.
Yes.
I will be doing it all 25 days, or I'm going to attempt to do all 25 days. God willing. And I think this will officially be my last year. But I will say I'm really excited because I feel like I have the energy to do it this year. I don't know if I will in the future. I could see in the future probably taking on, because the thing is, and what I was telling you the other week is like at some point what you're doing / even less is like what's going to be the norm for us because we're getting older.
Let me tell you, Rem, as being so much more older and wise, there's gonna come a time where you just can't do 25 days in a row.
And that's understandable. And and I'm getting close. I really, really am. I think I already have an idea of what I'm gonna do next year, but and it's different for sure, which I'm really excited for that like next year because I already have like a plan. But this year I feel like I can commit. I want to try one more time. And also it's just really, I feel ready for it because I've trained myself a lot this year / also I have a lot of really exciting stuff going on. I already have a lot of ideas. Like because of the speedy timeline, like I will be asking my bridal party during Vlogmas, which is exciting. So I'm excited to like make those things and ask everybody and just like document that, which will be really, really fun. I don't know if I talked about this once. I don't know if I'm going to share the like asking people, but I will share like the like making of stuff. Like I'm excited to do that. So I'm waiting to see, because there's so much stuff that I filmed that I haven't shared yet. Obviously, like I filmed a little bit of like the venue tour that I fell in love with. I filmed we've filmed all the dresses that I actually picked, not knowing that we were going to pick them I love to say we because it's been a we thing, but you know what I mean? I have like a folder on my hard drive that's like wedding dresses of like the dresses that I tried on. Didn't know I was going to pick. And then when we decided to pick, I was like, oh, well, I can't post that. So I've been collecting all these things. So I was like, maybe what I'll do like right after the wedding happens is like, maybe I'll make one big video of like asking people to be in my bridal party.
I literally would never assume.
And asking, or you know what I mean, like the dresses, like I think that could be a really fun thing. The initial venue tour of like all those moments that I've been holding on to.
Like, I think that's why we started vlogging too in the beginning, was like, oh, like I want to remember these memories. And I think having that mentality, even with all your wedding stuff, is like really cool.
Thank you. It's also like not only, I mean, obviously I look for a lot of stuff to do in Vlogmas because I'm like, I got to show stuff, but more than anything, I'm like, wow, it's such a fun time in life. And like, hopefully this only happens once for me. So I'm like, I'm excited to document and share it and be able to look back on it.
Yeah. And also whenever I look back at footage, I always regret not leaving in more raw footage.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the first videos up on YouTube, I deleted the original ones. So, you know, obviously it's a really cool, saturated, fast-paced, slow-mo, whatever, back-to-school video. But I'm like, oh, I just want the raw footage. Like, I'd love to see that. So I think even whatever video you decide, like there's a difference between home videos and like published YouTube videos. Like, yeah, it's cool to see that published YouTube video, but the way you would just watch home videos and it feels like you're a fly on the wall, like I feel like that's a really cool way to even vlog a lot of the stuff.
It's so true. Or even like I've been thinking a lot about like my parents and how, you know, one day they might not be around anymore. Oh, I hate that I said that. But I like, and whenever I'm around them, I always like, I have a special folder of just raw footage with just them, like when I'm hanging out with them or spending family time. Cause like it's a home video to look back on.
Remi, we're literally the same. My mom was over the other day, and one of my favorite things ever, love you, Mom. I know you're listening, and I know you're gonna text me a really soppy like text after you hear this. But I love growing up, like we'd always have like the fireplace on, and she would just like play her guitar, and like it'd be like cute. So like just like pretty like slow music. And even growing up, Ashley and I, because my mom would always give music lessons, we always knew if it was our mom playing or like the student playing, like something about like her style of drums and guitar, like we just know in our bones. And I'm like, well, she played when she was pregnant with us too. You know what I mean? Like we just grew up hearing it. So when we were little, we'd be like, that's Mom. Or we'd be like, that's so-and-so. You know what I mean?
Even if they were playing them both perfectly.
Yeah. Even if they were both, like we just always like, she has a certain I can't even explain it. Anyway, so the other night I was like, oh my God, we should put the fire on. You should just play guitar. And then she did that, and I like snuck a video for a long time because I was like, I need to remember this just in case. It's so sad. I'm gonna cry again.
I can't. No, I cannot get into it.
And I literally did that the other day, and I sent it to Ashley because I was like,
"That's so sweet. That's so beautiful."
But like, I hate it.
I know. I can't. I actually cannot talk about it.
I don't want to, especially
not
this
week. Not right now.
Not right now. We're fine.
Not with the state of our hormones right now.
I keep singing Tate McRae. It's okay. I'm okay. Like anytime something like bad happens, I'll just be like, "It's okay. I'm okay." Fuck what anybody says.
It's a good motivational
it's
song.
Okay. I'm okay.
You
okay.
do that
okay.
a lot.
It's okay. I'm okay.
We're okay.
I saw this contraption.
Okay.
On TikTok that I almost bought.
Okay.
And the way that I know you would get it too. Maybe I'll just buy it for us and surprise you now. Now I feel like I have to say it.
Okay, yeah, say it.
It's a machine that helps you get into your splits.
Oh, I have it. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to be like, can I borrow it?
Wait, what is it?
It's like a machine where you do your splits, right? And you pump it and it moves the contraption.
Oh, I've seen those, yeah.
I literally was like, I haven't had my splits since doing cheer in college.
I've never even had them.
Like I used to be so flexible. I am horribly I'm not at all. Like it's
same.
so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. And I saw that and I was like, I might get that. I I don't need to.
Well, you know what you should do? You should just go up to you can go to a wall and just practice with that.
But I want this.
but here's the thing also, like, it's going to stop. Like, there's a threshold to where your body can stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you could just
I
do
like
the wall.
how it locks. You know what I mean?
It sounds painful.
And it was pink and it was cute.
And it was pink.
And I was just like, wow, that's cool. And this girl was just in her splits, like watching TV. And I was like, I kind of want that.
Also, I will say,
do I need it? No.
A big part of it, I always grew up like dancing, and I was always like so sad because I could never do the middle splits. I had a really hard time with the splits. I could never like throw my leg up and hold it there. And like, honestly, I just was not like the most flexible. A lot of it has to do with just like genetics and your hip placement as well. Like how turned in or turned out your hips are.
Yeah.
So like, go easy on yourself.
No, I know. It just sucks when, you had it and you don't.
It really is crazy that Tate McRae could like do
literally.
all
It's
that
just,
crazy
I
stuff.
want to be sitting in like a little pike like this and then just whoosh, and then lay on my stomach. That's my goal.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'll stretch you out.
Also, Miss, what? Yeah, okay. Jump into the splits all the time.
Only when I'm drunk.
I was like, wait a damn minute. You can do the splits.
I can do my right splits. They're not square. Left splits never happening. Middle, absolutely think about it. Don't even think about it.
Middle was always my worst.
I think it's a hip thing. I really do.
I was always really good with my right. And my left was pretty good, but it was never square.
It's really funny, like doing Pilates so much, I'm quickly humbled and reminded how like one side is generally my left side is better because when you're dancing, your left leg is where you're taking the power from. So my left leg is always significantly stronger even to this day, even though I don't dance anymore.
Also, talk about getting older. I found out I have not officially scoliosis, but like 1 degree off from having it. And I'm like, well, no wonder.
Damn.
I could not anytime I would do tumbling, which I sucked at tumbling, let's keep that clear. I always felt crooked. Like I always would be like, no, I would be scared of hitting people because I'd be like, no, I'm going to be crooked. Like, and now I'm like, it makes sense.
Wait, that's like actually really serious, isn't it?
I mean, Ashley actually has scoliosis, she just found out, and it's like an actual it's a certain degree of your like spine, but I'm like, no wonder, like certain things are always out, and I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense.
You need like a brace or something?
No.
I had a lot of friends that
And
had
Romy and
scoliosis
Michelle,
growing
high
up.
school
They had
reunion.
braces to like, but granted we were growing, so maybe that's why they
I
had
think that was it. No, he was just like, you should do stretches and stuff, which I'm not gonna do, let's be real, because like anytime you have to do stretch, it's like, who actually does them? Like, I mean, a lot of people do.
I was going to this crazy holistic chiropractor out here for a while where because my neck is really bad from getting into 2 bad car accidents, and I would go and they would put a weight on my head and like strap my arms down and like fix my posture, and I'd have to walk with the weight on my head to help with my neck. / also then you'd walk over, this place looks like a torture chamber. You'd walk over to the wall, and like I'd say like 10 feet up, they had like these like really crazy hooks like drilled into the wall, and then they had these straps that would hang down, and you would stand with like your toes up against the wall. They'd strap your neck, and like it would like pull your spine up as you like looked up at the hook. It was really crazy.
Wait, I've never done that.
It was really
and then
crazy.
It's funny though, because I'll sit like this, or like when I'm editing, I sit like this. Like I always sit in the most weird positions, and I'm like, well, no wonder I have issues.
Yeah, I feel that. Also, this place, I was doing it for a
I'm
long
okay.
time. It's okay. I'm okay. I was doing it like, but they wanted me there like 5 times a week, and then my work schedule just got really busy, so I couldn't go, but I would lay there, and I don't know if this was real or not, to be honest, but I would lay there in this machine that would this part I believed it would stretch my spine out and then stretch it back in and then stretch it out like so gently, but you had to be really careful because it could be really painful, obviously, or just things like that. So I was going 5 times a week, and it would just like ever so slightly stretch it out, stretch it back in. And it was like creating space between the vertebrae. At the same time, they had this laser that literally looked like a cat, like a laser pointer for cats, that they would like this is the part where I was like, I don't know if this part's real. It was like a visual like red laser that would like point at my spine and like apparently like help with all of my fatigue or like all my things from the car accidents. But apparently it was supposed to help.
Red light therapy.
I feel the same, but
it's a literal it's just a pointer.
No, it was giving your Theragun on your thighs.
No, but let me also say, like, I would probably leave because I'm so gullible, and I'd be like, wow, I think I do feel better. Like, I would like
the placebo effect is real.
Oh yeah, I think it's time for me to shut up because I just like, I've been on one today.
No, I think you did a great job. But are we feeling okay?
Mentally, physically,
more in the spirit of medicinally.
I would say, yeah, like I just hope it doesn't get worse. Like, we have so much going on this week. and I feel okay.
Good. I think you go home and you take a bath and you rest.
And I
and
finished your soup.
You eat some more soup.
More soup. Good soup.
If you could have a dream soup for me to make you, what would it be?
It's hard because like obviously being sick, I guess it's better to have more of like a brothy. Yeah, but like I do love a tomato bisque. I do love a tomato bisque.
Not good for the phlegm right now.
Exactly. Or like I do love a broccoli cheddar, but also again, not good for the phlegm right now. So, honestly, the Toscana one, solid.
Okay, that was a solid one.
Yeah, that was a solid. I was like, oh, I'm not
chicken noodle.
I'm not the biggest chicken noodle fan. I like it.
Okay.
But I'm not like, oh, I crave that.
I love a chicken noodle.
I like it.
Good to know.
Alphabet soup. I was never a SpaghettiOs girl. Which is crazy because I love spaghetti, but I think that's why I was like, what is this?
I love SpaghettiOs and hate spaghetti. Maybe it's one or the other.
Our fourth fight. In 7 years of friendship.
Our fourth fight. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already.
Say Patreon.
I was gonna say pretty basic something, but I didn't even think. Well, subscribe to the Basically Unfiltered Patreon if you'd like to already. Patreon.com/Basically Unfiltered. Subscribe to Pretty Basic. Follow us on Instagram, and we'll catch you guys next week with a wonderful episode. Make sure to. I just keep talking. Stay tuned. New episodes every Wednesday. Love you guys. Catch you later. Bye.
It's okay. I'm okay.
It's okay. I'm okay.